Ready for draft? Hello, welcome back to the East Central University Tigers Esports League of Legends Thursday night, the NEC National Esports Collegiate Conference. Tonight, Thursday night, on October 23rd, we have ECU versus the North Dakota State University Bison. For your entertainment purposes, my name is Dustin, and I'll be commentating this evening. Looks like the first band's going to ECU blue side, the East Central University Tigers. We'll ban Ash. North Dakota State banning Set as a response. ECU banning Volibear. Ivern banned out, targeting the top lane in jungle is North Dakota State, the Bisons, and then the Tigers, ECU's targeting jungle ADC bans. Let's see who the first pick is. Oh, they get 3 bans first. Yeah, that's right. Aphelios banned out. Devastating late game champion Silas banned out as well. Lilia locked in for the jungle. East Central and North, the Bison's locking in Jinx, Jarvan. Very strong meta picks for the side of North Dakota State here. Oh, sit up. Mic check, mic check. I hope the sound is good. I don't know if any of the viewers can let me know about that. We don't have very many viewers now. Give it a few minutes here. So there's an ECU, GGL, let's get it going. Little Tiger Esports pride. Jin locked in for the East Central University in the carry position, going over to Scorp Commander. He's had some dominant performances on Jin. I've yet to see ECU play Lilia, but just give that champion some time, they'll get rolling and do what they do best, and that's slow and do mad amounts of damage and be annoying. Yone locked in for the top lane, I believe. Could be mid, we'll see. Vygar is he has that cage, but if you waste the cage, then like you get re-engaged upon, it's very tough. You'll have a very tough time as Vygar if they don't have a good, strong support and CC to go with him. Aurelia banned out. Probably a tough counter for Yone. Syndra locked and banned. Nautilus banned. Oh, nope. They're hovering. They lock Ornn, Darius. They don't know who to ban. I don't think we're going to be playing Darius, but that's okay. We ban Lulu because Lulu jinxed them slows. That CC on Jarvan as he goes in with that Cataclysm. We don't want that. It's very smart to ban that. Rakan, though, provides a lot of disruption. Ooh, Milio. Milio, very strong pick in solo queue. We don't see him in competitive that often, although I believe that's due to how weak his early game is. Seraphine, no, they locked the Seraphine, okay. Seraphine has great zone control with her ultimate, a heal on her W, a root. The mic's good? Good, thank you, Tugger. I appreciate that. As far as the music goes, I hope that's not copyright infringement, but it's League of Legends soundtrack musics. It's League of Legends, it's Riot musics. So Mundo locked in. So that is a Yone mid. Or I mean, could it be Lilia top? But the Blitzcrank locked in with the Jhin. I do like that. Fiora locked in as a top laner for Bisons. It's a very strong pick. However, the Fiora's... No, they're not picking the Fiora. They're locking the Aatrox. Now that is a very strong competitive pick. The most sustain in the game. The Aatrox out-sustains the Mundo. So that if that is a top lane matchup, Mundo will be able to do good. But Mundo will not be able to push into Aatrox. So to utilize that, if this is Mundo's solo lane, he'll have to look to split push in the bot lane or the mid lane at other opportune moments. Aatrox does not have as much push potential. And Yone's push potential can, once Yone gets 3 items, he can take the whole, every tower he wants, it seems like, if he's in a good spot. It's the team fights where Yone lacks. Yeah, let's crank Lilia to run amok with that Mundo. Looking at Bison's draft, though, they have a lot of lockdown with Veigar, Cage, Seraphine, Root, Jarvan, Ultimate, Jinx, Traps, Rocket Traps. Could be a good game here. They're all going somewhere right now. A little bio break. Players are gonna use the wash closet. Hopefully they wash their hands. We care about that sanitization, you know what I mean? I got something for you. While we wait in the meantime, I found this hilarious.
It's time for work.
Bart's been in the shower for an hour.
Oh my god, he's playing with himself!
He's playing that game in the shower. Homer, take care of your son.
Sorry, boy, I have to put my foot down.
Please, Dad, can I play in this one last tournament?
Sorry, boy, you're through.
First prize is $1,000.
How much?
1,000.
They pay you in cash?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. Do not tell your mom. One last tournament.
Oh, thank you, Dad.
We win!
Now to hand you your prize money, which is $1,000 cash.
Here you go. $200 each.
Okay, team, take a break and meet up for practice in 30.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You know what, kids? Quit while you're ahead.
We can't quit. There's so many more tournaments.
You won one video game tournament.
But because we came in first, we qualified for a tournament where we could win $500,000.
Childhood's over. It's time for work.
Time to get to work. So looking at the sustain, just the sustain from Seraphine Aatrox, that's going to be an important part. Turn this off. It's going to be an important part of the game is these two right here, the support solo laners. Because these two right here, while fed, they can carry a game. They're hyper carries. They can get ahead. But if these three don't facilitate and protect them, if he hooks anything on any of these three, he doesn't want to hook this or this into the late game. So it'd be tough. It's gonna be. He can shred him late game. He has sustain as well. More damage. Jhin can really pop off. I don't know. I really am excited about this Lilia pick. I think that's how you say that. Mundo jungle. No, it's not Lilia top. It's got to be Lilia jungle. Right. North Dakota State Bison. Athletics website. They have football, baseball, golf listed. Athletic departments, see sports. I don't see any esports. I want to search in Google. Lead me to Google. Oh well. Can't find it on their page. Best of three. Oh. Just waiting on the delay of the game right now for them to load in there. You can see that timer. Ooh, we can do some Lodal again, I reckon. Lodal. Classic Garen. So it's a flex top, it's a flex human. It has mana. Not Demetia. Not hard. It's gotta be 2010. Oh. What constitutes their jungle top? It's top jungle top. Oh. I swear Olaf is a jungle top. I don't know who else fits that right now. Is this game back on? 30 seconds. Oh no. There I go. Huh. I'm not too sure. Olaf. He's a jungle top though. Human Iceborne. Jungle top. Oops. You know. Get loaded back into the game here. Get started with some actions. Get loaded into the Summoner's Rift for some gameplay on this Thursday night. I like to check the masteries. We get going. Oh, it's Mundo top. Let's go. Mundo top lane. Lilia jungle. Yone mid lane. Ping it up, ping it up. Blue team's pinging the river. Get there, get there. Vigar mid lane. We got Puggus Wuggus versus Phi Kota Tau. Tinfoil Hatman and the Sergeant. Sageinator 6. Salzal 477 versus Eternal Frost 118. Scorp Commander versus Elf. 3 Turbo Turtles and a Your Hero. Blitzcrank looking to invade here, of course. Let's zoom it out a little bit. Misses the hook. Flash coming out of Vigar and Blitzcrank. Wasn't able to connect. Let's see if they stick around. They're pinging in the jungle, pinging in the blue buff. North Dakota State members looking to back and reset before the wave and hope to not get caught out. Boom. North Dakota State was able to drop a ward here onto the blue buff of East Central. They'll be able to track the Lilia there. Whoa, getting out of hand. Zoom it in with this mid lane. Ione collecting the farm in mid lane there. Looking at Aatrox versus Moondog. I already called out how this plays. We'll see how the let's see if the Aatrox is familiar with the matchup as much as Coda is. Jin landing that 4th auto attack onto Jinx, winning that trade. Mundo File, indeed. Winning the poke against Aatrox there. In this mid lane, Yone poking out the Vigar. These junglers clearing at about the same pace. Lilia just one auto attack behind the Jarvan and clearing, but a much healthier clear than the Jarvan. Looking in the bot lane, North Dakota State does have pressure, does have priority at the moment. Obviously, if Seraphine misses her route from an advantageous position, they're going to be able to back off more so than if Blitz misses his hook. So they're able to get priority to push there, as well as Jin having no attack speed, just attack, attack, reload. That reload time, you can't trade a long time in this matchup, just quick back and forth. Also, you're not going to really look to trade that much. You're only looking for all-ins in this matchup, due to the fact that Seraphine's going to have sustain. So if you're not able to kill and they're going to back up, they're going to be able to out-sustain you. Aatrox looking to take the lead in health in this matchup, and just a level 4 to a level 3. Just need to kill the 2 minions ahead there. What's going on here in this bot lane? Looks like bot lane's going to push out and roam over and help Lilia secure the Scuttle Crab. Yone just absolutely getting the most pressure in mid into Vigar right now. Yone pushing forward with his clone. Vigar cage into nothing. They're going to keep pushing as they have no Vigar cage to stop them from pushing, as he wasted it on the Yone's clone. However, Blitzcrank finding this Vigar for the Yone in the mid lane. Roams out of the Blitzcrank. Jin down here by himself, cannot push up. Needs to get back to his tower and just look to farm safely in this matchup. Great play from the Blitzcrank. Your hero roaming mid to find a kill for Yone. The first 2 kills of the game going over to your jungle mid combination, especially when it's Tinfoil Hatman and Eternal Frost. Those are mainly your 2 guys looking to carry the mid game portion of it anyways, so that it gives time for Coda and Scale Commander to farm up and scale. They play well together as a team, this East Central University Tigers team. I enjoy watching it. Securing the cannon is Yone, 90 gold. You love to see that. Like I mentioned earlier, Jin getting poked out, Blitzcrank off that roam. Yone getting Vygar caged, but still winning the trade. You can see Lilia started her farm in the top jungle and is farming towards bot. Same thing as Jarvan as you see him cross here. But it looks like Jarvan's just a step ahead in the farm matchup again. His player's just a little bit faster right now. Lilia needs a little bit more time to get online. Jesse checking the dragon, or Pinpool Hatman checking the dragon to make sure Jarvan's not on it, but he's not. He's just full clearing and beating you a little bit, just a little bit faster. Blitz here with the vision though. Jarvan looks to pink ward that bush. They know it's there. Someone will carry it here in a minute. Throws his flag down. For some reason, he thinks Lilia farms faster than him as it already could be on dragon. Not too familiar with this matchup is the Jarvan. He linked green seedling for his shield as well. That's, I don't know if that's a typical thing. It probably is on Jarvan. I don't play Jarvan anymore. Couldn't tell you. Bot lane opting to clear this vision out while Lilia starts the dragon, and they will help as Yone continues to pressure this Vygar out of the mid lane, collecting a tower. Well, I get excited for just turret plates to see that 124 gold fall over to Yone, but they will secure the dragon. It's just going to take Lilia a while. They're not sure where the... Well, bot lane went back down to farm to catch that wave. Lilia will get that. Yone pushing forward here. Secures that plate. When you're a late game champion like Yone, and you get the lead in your lane, and you get to come online that much faster, the game is in a good position. It makes you feel good. You're happy playing that role. Looking at the CS, Yone with almost a 30 CS lead. Lilia slightly ahead. Mundo slightly behind, but I called that one in the pick draft. And this bot lane slightly ahead as well. So we're going to look for big plays out of this mid jungle and how to transfer and to shut down this bot lane or top lane. That's going to be the method of this matchup. What's the win con? The win con is your mid and jungle rotating over to help your side lanes at this point for ECU. The win con for North Dakota State? Well, it's obviously their side lanes at the moment because their side lanes are slightly ahead in CS, and they're the ones that haven't died. So that's their win con at the moment for this North Dakota State team, is their side lanes. So Aatrox eventually be able to get the push on Mundo, Jinx, Seraphine getting to push on Jhin. So automatically there, it relies on the mid jungle since they're ahead for ECU. Jhin looking to 1v2 and get enough damage off on both of them right here. See what I said earlier, Jhin is completely able to defend a turret. If you're comfortable in that matchup, you know how to CS under the turret. He's a couple of, he's two and a half, well, no, after this wave, he's only like 1 or 2 waves behind, which that's okay, because his team has secured the first dragon and now Void Grubs. Pinging that the dragon spawns in 3 minutes. It's 9 minutes in. So at the 12-minute mark, there'll be a dragon fight. But right now it's just picks, trying to get vision control of the map of the river and the entry points to the jungles. Maybe getting a turret plate or a turret down, if possible. Normally the turrets aren't going to fall until around 15 minutes because of these turret plates right here. You see these lines each time a turret plating falls. That's armor for the tower. Even the tower has armor in this game. Oh. You see a pink ward down here for Aatrox, I believe. What's this down here in the bot lane? Looks like a 3-man rotation. A 4v2. But Yone, the Sona, the Seraphine ult. Although, here comes the Jin ult, cleaning up the kill. Gets one kill. Whiffs the ultimates, but in the top lane at the same time, Mundo, though, has his ult. Jarvan looking for counter pressure. Vigar free farming, pushing mid. Jarvan gonna look to tower dive. Cataclysm onto Mundo. Mundo falls in this bot lane. They look to harass this Jinx. Yone TPing the top lane, looking to try to catch something. Possibly wish Jarvan out of his position as he has 2-level advantage on him. Jin and Blitz looking to play aggressive off this Blitz hook right here, as there's no minions in the wave, trying to pull them up out of the tower. Jin getting a turret plate. It's looking back to the mid lane, back and forth. Aatrox, J4 both backing right now. At the 11-minute mark, as Dragon spawns in 1 minute. 52 seconds, actually, as Lilia pings it out. Both these teams are knowledgeable of these Dragon timers and want to be there. Right now is the time for the Dragon to support back, get wards, and look to get there before it spawns, kind of fight over some vision, maybe get a pick. Kind of posture up, set your place on the map that you're best able to fight. Mundo able to safely farm at his tower. Aatrox really can't push past him either, as I mentioned earlier. He will need ganks from that Jarvan like he got with that tower dive earlier. Lilia far ahead of the Jarvan at the moment in CS. Yone ahead of the Vagar. Jinx, the bot. Oh, Blitz hook. Is he by himself? No, the Jin was there, but he was way far behind, and good thing, because that Jarvan got him, but then the Jinx ult connects on the Scorp Commander and that Jin and falls. Vigar Cage locks the Yone out. There's the Seraphine ult. It misses Lilia, just kiting them, doing damage. Blitz hook into the tower onto the Jarvan. Jarvan flashes out, takes a bunch of poke. Looks like he ulted away, or just the EQ. Although North Dakota State in a better position here, health-wise, outside of Jarvan. If Jarvan falls here, they cannot do the Dragon. They're ganging up on it, but it looks like ECU may just defer this second Dragon, as they have to, as their bot lane got picked out by that Jarvan. Jinx ult. The J4 into the Jinx ult onto the Jin. Flash from this Vigar picks this Lilia up. EQ, flash from the Yone, dodges it. Looking in the top lane, nothing much going on. All the action is in the bot lane and mid lane right now. Lilia upset about that. Is Jarvan invading right now? Jarvan's invading the blue buff, feeling confident. ECU spots it. Mundo comes down, won't let him take the entire jungle, just the blue buff. Aatrox with a lot more sustain than the Mundo in the long run. Mundo has burst sustain as well as long-term sustain, but the Aatrox just has sustain with Vamp and Lifesteal, and it's just a lot more. As he does have a slight 2-wave lead as well. Mundo not yet completing his first item, Blitzcrank either. He's pretty close. So is Seraphine, but everybody else with an item. It's just Mundo slightly behind in the supports. on completing their first item. I believe Mundo will complete his first item on this back right here, or else he probably wouldn't be backing. Yep, he completes Warmogs with an additional giant belt. Yone going in on this Vygar. Vygar drops the cage. Yone picks up the kill, flashes back, collects the wave. Great execution in the side lane from Yone as he pushes out and could possibly get the tower. As these teams fight 4v4 over this Rift Herald, as he just got a kill, Yone teleports over looking for a 5v4 matchup. ECU engaged on this Rift Herald. Mundo zoning, saying Mundo does what he pleases. Lily a cheeky little ball over the wall. Smite will secure it. Rift Herald over to the side of East Central University. Vygar teleporting into the mid lane, looking for Cage on the Yone. As ECU is going to pincer this Vygar. Surely this Vygar knows he's messed up. The Jin connecting. Blitz, flash, knock up. Vygar dead. Wasn't the best play out of the Vygar for North Dakota State. That's the sound of the Rift Herald, folks, and it's in the mid lane. And it's going to charge this mid tower. Can they get more than one tower? Somebody saddle that bad boy up and run him over. They're just going to escort it in. They got the smite off, but the Rift Herald gets the knock. Jarvan goes in. Jarvan dies. This Jinx, though, going wild on the team of ECU. Double kill out of Jinx as Yone is clearing vision in the river. They got the first tower, and they got a little greedy trying to go for that second tower on the siege. Seraphine ult with Jinx. Jinx with one item. Yone, two-man ulti, gets the kill on the Seraphine, goes back out. Will he chase this Jinx down? Looks like he'll just opt to get the farm. Sunder the Sky versus Warmogs. It takes like five. I think it'll take like at least 2 minutes of them solid fighting for one of them to die. As long as Mundo just does that, it doesn't get anywhere near Aatrox's third Q. Not get hit by 3 Qs in a row, you'll be all right. But he just can't kill him. So ECU doing great job with pressuring the middle. Pinging this Vygar right now. That the dragon spawns right now in 5 seconds. ECU postured first in the positioning, has a ward in the tri-bush, ward in the banana brush. They're going to look for a kill before they start this, though. Even dropping a pink ward in the river at the mouth there. Hitting that Moonseed, whatever it is, Jarvan. Jarvan come running in, runs into a Jinx thing, knocks the ward out, but that's fine. We know you're there. Jarvan flag. He's not going to go on it. It'd be suicide right now to get the start right now. Aatrox getting the best of Mundo in the top lane. Aatrox does have teleport, so Mundo should try to not die, but keep him busy as we stall at this dragon. ECU, though, having that tower down gives them priority. Wait for Mundo's teleport in 40 seconds. That's a long stall. The dragon could have been dead by now. But, like I said, Blitzhook just missing. Blitzhook being down is a great time for North Dakota State to engage, although they will not. Because they do have ward on the dragon. They do have ward coverage from North Dakota State, so they kind of do see where ECU's at. Jinx opting back to the mid lane to farm. Push that out. No one for ECU in position. Jin kind of needs to be over there, but he had to kite down the river. TP up on Mundo, TP up on Aatrox. Pinging's going on. We have engaged from the Jarvan. Seraphine ult. Jinx is here. Yone looking to get the ultimate. Just misses, but will kill the Seraphine. Now he's looking at the Jinx. Yone almost kills the Jinx. Gets Vygar ult, and so it brings him back. Vygar almost killing the shield bow onto Yone, but he will fall to Vygar. Jinx ult collects Blitzcrank. They killed the Seraphine. They bullied the Jinx out. That great flank angle from the Vygar onto the Yone to stop him from getting a double kill and completely winning that fight. The heals, the Aatrox heals are ridiculous. People think Mundo's heals are crazy, but look at them. Aatrox just doesn't move. It's health. The dragon being ferociously pinged as North Dakota State starts it up, has it below health. Half health. The red team gets the dragon. Vygar cage down. No response though. Gen W lands, but no follow-up. Yone possibly pushing forward. Maybe look for a straggler. It might just get caught himself. Looking to engage here. Almost kills Seraphine. It's just his clone. He goes in, comes back. Jarvan on his tail. Hot though. Cataclysm from the Jarvan. That is a mistake from the Jarvan as the Blitz yanks him back. Blitz caught in the Vygar cage as ECU kites away. Atacon spinning rapidly in the middle. Mundo with the advantage right now in the top lane. So the Seraphine at half health. Sticking around. 4-0 on the Jinx. With a bounty on the Jinx. The Jinx, the best member on the map right now as far as the bounty system goes. I'm sure that's a target for East Central University as Yone keeps going for that duo of Jinx Seraphine. Seraphine just gets chunked out faster than Jinx, and then their team's there to save them and get the Yone to back off before anything can happen. But we still haven't seen a true 5v5 fight yet, as the top laners have just preferred to beat each other up instead of joining on these team fights just yet. 2 dragons to the side of North Dakota, 1 to the side of ECU. ECU got Void Grubs and Rift Herald. Ping going on in the Atacon ferociously from North Dakota State, looking to get this started. There's vision everywhere, but having priority in the bot lane as they start the Atacon. ECU has to know that Jinx just shreds this thing as they get here. Yone clone go in, Blitzcrank's here. Getting the first kill. Jen Alston gets out, killing the Jinx though. We need more team members here. Lilia shows up, says thanks for the leash, let's get it going. Blitz, Jarvan ultimate, Lilia in it, flashes out. Jarvan dead. Thanks to the ignite. Lilia though flashes out. Gets caught in that Jarvan cage and can't do anything. That is scary. That cataclysm from Jarvan. And the Vygar cage. They're just locking everybody up. It's the fun police. But great response from ECU to come out ahead with more kills on that engagement as they look to re-engage. Unfortunately, Blitz just misses the hook, but Vygar gets the kill before the Jinx rocket can connect. These top laners are massive. No one can touch the other's tower, though. Although Mundo winning slightly in towers. Losing slightly in CS, but catching up. Lilia ahead in farm. Ahead in deaths. Jarvan has more assists for his deaths. The story of the game, Yone out-farming the Vygar. Has way more kill participation, has made way more things happen. On the other hand, Jin and Jinx just tied up. Jinx just a little bit more farmed. Just one more assist, so just there for one more kill. Looking at Blitz and the Seraphine, which are 2 different total supports. They have an item completed. They have their rewards. Looks like we're going to get active here in this bot side river and this Atacon again. Aatrox looks like he pushed forward. He was able to get the tower of Mundo. But Mundo is here at this Atacon. Sacking the tower for the Atacon is Mundo for the side of East Central University. A great decision if ECU can successfully get this. Seraphine ulti onto 2 members. Blitzcrank dies. Jarvan ult kills Mundo. Kills Yone. And North Dakota State will secure this Atacon. A great Seraphine ult on the 2 members was able to secure the kill in a 4v5. East Central University is not supposed to lose that. Jen, the sole survivor from that team fight. Let's back it up to the base, the T2. As North Dakota State goes from the Atacon is pinging this Baron at the 25-30 minute mark. Jin and Vigar fighting. Yone teleporting in. Will get the flank on the Vigar. Will get the kill there. However, North Dakota State rushing this Baron. And East Central University's known the wires are. Mundo teleporting in. 1v4 opportunity once he gets here. He's like, oh, boys, they're doing it. They're here. They're doing it. We gave it to him. ECU's going to trade for the Dragon, though. The team will back and look to push out waves. East Central's going to tie the Dragons up. Kimtech Drake. X-Tech Drake. Ocean Drake. Kimtech Drake. The kills are 15-12. The gold. Oh, what happened? What happened? Something went wrong. Please try again in a moment. I got kicked out of the game. Riot systems are a bit buggy, it seems. I want to exit and restart. Oh, it's making me do an update. It kicked me out. It's making me do an update. It's wild. I guess I'm just shut out of that matchup because I don't have the option to spectate game. That's unfortunate. I don't know how I'm going to get back the footage of their game here. Message. It booted us. I guess it just booted everybody from that game. Apparently, Riot client booted and made us all do a patch. Huh. I don't know how we do this. It's very odd. Sorry for the delay, folks. It makes me want to write, yeah, Rito. Or Rito, what we used to call it back in the day. Rito can't even spell their own name right in their servers. Free game, great platform. They make skins that are ridiculously priced. People buy the skins, and you'd think they'd invest into the servers, but I think they just invest into more yachts. I don't know. I'm joking. I don't know nothing about 10 Cent, Riot, or anything like that. But just to show that, I don't know if they'll do another this draft pick. I don't know if we got a draft 2 or not. Even though that was draft 1. North Dakota State was slightly ahead, but the game was not over yet. It kicked everybody out, made everybody patch. We're subbing in Nathan Lewis. Let's get it. And subbing in Ramus Bot. Yeah. Who goes there? Okay, so unfortunate that North Dakota State did end up winning that game, but it kicked me out before the ending of it. So this is game 2 of the best of 3, and North Dakota State is up 1. I don't know if they're going to use this again as they're sending out another drafter. Our draft. We are ready for our draft. Let's get it going. Ash Band. Ivern Band as well. Don't want Jesse on that Ivern apparently. And Tinfoil Hat Man. Then Ash, as Ash is super annoying to play against. Don't blame him. Wally Bear locked in for the side of ECU Tigers. Locked in as a band. Ergot Band as well. They know that Nathan Lewis plays Ergot mainly. So it's smart to take that away from him. I expect to see, well, I better not say that. What I expect to see them. I guess I can. There's a delay. They can't hear me. Gallio Band. Silas Band. But I expect Nathan Lewis to play something like Renekton right here. Or Rise. Add some more damage. We'll see. Aphelios locked in for Scorp Commander. Looking to do big amounts of damage late game with that Aphelios. I've seen it, played against it. I haven't played it myself. But I've played against Aphelios, and I know that dude can chunk late game, just surprisingly. Varus locked in for North Dakota State. One of my favorite picks on the Rift is Varus, so I'm excited to see what happens here. Varus, a very intricate champion. You need to land 3 to 5 auto attacks before you land an ability. Procs some magic AP percentage damage. Health damage, max health damage based on his W. Lulu locked in for the Bisons as well. Strong team fight ultimates out of Varus and Lulu for the side of Bisons, along with a lot of slows. Nunu locked in for the Tigers, giving Tinfoil Hatman something comfortable. His main champion in this second game. You lose one, you might as well lock in your main if you get an opportunity just to win that next one. Sandra locked in for Eternal Frost. Yet again, his number one play champion. You go for a loss, you might as well come back with your best picks. Udyr locked in for the, I expect to be jungler for the side of North Dakota State. As you can see, they have lockdown with Verisar. Polymorph slows Udyr with stuns and slows and sprints and a bunch of damage. Mr. Run them down. But ECU locking in some good CC. They need just a little bit more so that Udyr can't run amok in their backline. Cassante banned out for ECU. Thresh and Nautilus target banning your hero here, not wanting him to play those hook champions.
We are Marines. We were made for this.
Nivea picked as the mid laner for the Bisons. Oh! Nami locked in for ECU to pair with Aphelios in the spot lane. There it is. I predicted the Renekton pick out of Nathan Lewis for the side of ECU into Ornn. Lots of AoE out of both of these matchups. Lots of CC. This particular jungle matchup, I look for a little bit more. It was exciting last game with the Jarvan versus the Lilia. However, the Jarvan, with his cataclysmic ultimate, was able to facilitate a little bit better than Tinfoil Hatman was. However, the Nunu versus the Udyr, I expect to see a better matchup this game. Unmute that microphone there. As I get over that coughing fit. Oh. Loading into the Summoner's Rift. Welcome back to this Thursday night national competition for the League of Legends esports teams of East Central University versus North Dakota State Bisons. Zone it out. They're pinging. A little dance off party. Cinder trying to be sneaky, get a little poke off. He could burn his flash here, that'd be huge, but he'll just waddle away, it looks like, as Nivea and Varus. Oh, what's going on? We're getting active at these level ones, but the bot lane for the North Dakota's here. So it's best not ECU invest too much into this. Nivea's going to back. Eternal Frost opting to not back. His minions have spawned. This bot lane hunkered into this tri-bush to make sure they don't invade. Just want Udyr to try anything sneaky. With the Anivit backing there, they do have a health pot advantage. But looking in this bot lane, pushing first to see who can get level 2 is usually what happens. They're looking to get some good poke off onto this Varus. Varus already half health almost. Kill them melee minions. He hit level 2 first. Come on. Oop, North Dakota hits it first. Aphelios still gets the level 2 lock in right there. Looking to push back for the pressure. But it doesn't look like much is going to happen. Maybe. They're just kind of trying to zone him off from this CS here, getting spoke off, but that Lulu shield counters most of that poke right there. Looking in the mid lane, Syndra landing the most poke. Udyr not having such a healthy clear. I didn't know he'd be on 300 health just after one camp. Renekton getting pressure against the Ornn. I did expect that to happen. Ornn, as more of a team fight champion, more of a 50-50 champion, just looks to farm safely under his turret and be there. He wants to be there for the team fights at the objectives. That's where Ornn looks to make a big impact. But the Syndra already roaming level 5 roaming, level 3 roaming bot lane as Aphelios picks up the first blood. Ignite out, giving the kill to Syndra. 1-for-1 for your mid lane carry on the kills. That's great. They're pinging the Udyr as they drop the ward. They know he's there. Coming up mid, sacking that wave for a kill and pressure in bot lane. Now ECU roams mid with Anivia as the target. Anivia none the wiser until now. Syndra lands the stun. Nunu's snowball lands. If this camera doesn't start yanking away, flash from the Nunu onto the Anivia. Anivia flash, misses the flash on the wall. Great positioning from ECU as this Udyr comes in. They want to lock the kill up. Flash from the Udyr. Syndra is landing, but the Anivia gets away. Nope, flash out of the Syndra. Udyr picks up the counter kill, but Nunu and Nami is here to help this Nunu against this Udyr. This Udyr with a lot of damage. Flash out of the Nami to save him from death. Nunu with the counter stun. That damage out of Udyr just doesn't seem right as them minions are just beating him senseless down to 100 health. It wants to flash back up to the top lane as they both have health, but Ornn has no mana. Renekton has Rage, Fury, I believe it's what it's called, Fury. You can't engage on Renekton when he has full Fury. He's just going to heal whatever damage you do back up from his Q as he does there. The Udyr farms 2 camps and comes back with full health off of 100. Jungle items are fair. They're not broken. So he looks to get this bot scuttle crab here as he just got the top. Double scuttle crab onto Udyr over the Nunu. That's not the best favorable position. As this Nunu is opening on the top side jungle, he'll look to farm towards bot as bot is pressuring. But Udyr is already here. Udyr is a little bit ahead of this Nunu. Fakes it back in case there's wards. Looks to invade. This is textbook jungling invade from the Udyr. As he already has a large CS over the Nunu by counter jungling. He's even going to push further over. He's going to back now. Going to back now and start on his own top side and work to the bot, it looks like. Aphelios poked out, but getting his own poke back, but the Lulu shield there to negate a lot of it. Nami will look to heal this Aphelios back up as it pans away, and I missed that. Ornn looking to go aggressive as he just come back off of a backer where he used TP. Renekton's TP still available. As he bought 2 cloth armors and a Renekton, that's a smart play. Renekton will do a lot less damage. Looking at this bot lane, Nunu came down here, see that Udyr got his Krugs. He's going to push around with a snowball, try to catch somebody lacking. They may catch, flash out of the Lulu, but still lands the snowball. The knockup from the Nami secures the kill over to the Nunu. Aphelios wanted that kill, but he'll just have to settle for the farm as Syndra is getting caught out by the Udyr. Udyr's running her down, but she is going to get her damage off. Spell immune with that turtle stance into the Phoenix stance from the ultimates, enough to finish off the 100 health. Syndra, as ECU focuses in on this dragon, Syndra just unfortunately in the wrong place at the wrong time. This Udyr is running an absolute muck. Getting deep, he didn't get deep wards off. He just to check to see if anything up was up, but it wasn't. Hopefully Nathan Lewis has a sense about him as his team secures dragon to not overextend too far. As Udyr was not there, he could be looking for a gank, but he is healthy. He was able to back and TP in. He bought this cudgel. Call of Fields, what's that? Call of Fields Warhammer is what that's called. Into a bramble vest. Julia's just going to back it up and farm safely here. In this mid lane, it's a poke game. Looking at the CS leads here. Lead on the Syndra, lead on the Renekton. Bot lane's totally tied up, however. Aphelios in a much better position with a kill and 2 assists. His Cole at 67, 66 more minions before he gets to cash that out. And hopefully it'll help help circumvent his first item. As Varus picks up just more attack speed with the recurve bow. Varus is able to stay farmed and get items. If he's able to connect on the Renekton or the Nunu, the tankier members, they will just melt. Late game. But it takes a while to get there. If you've ever played Varus, it's pretty fun. Nami in the mid lane with the Syndra and the Nunu looking to get something started here. As Nunu runs into the enemy's jungle with a snowball, lands it on the Lulu, retreats. The Udu's there. The Udyr, Lilia. As these voids spawn. Void grubs. Cinder just poking the Anivia out, not allowing him to get the fight. Udyr is in a bad position, right in the middle of these 4 members of ECU as Renekton roam down. No ultimate from Lulu yet. Udyr is a fake champion, doesn't have an ultimate. Anivia in her bubble as Syndra looks towards Lulu now. Anivia survives. No mana though. The Ornn's here. Casts the ultimate, lands a knock up on 2 people. Renekton goes in with his ultimate though, and they kill the Ornn. Syndra was a little bit postured aggressively, gets taken out by the Anivia. Not being able to finish up that kill, they focus on the Udyr. ECU was able to pick up 1 Void Grub as Udyr comes sprinting back. They may fight, they may not. Let's see what happens. Varus rotated in the mid lane for some reason. You see the Aphelios just picked up all the turret plates. That's the play you actually want to do, is pick up the turret plates there. First, Void Grubs are minimal. Last year they meant a lot, now they are minimal. This Varus being tracked by the blue team, Jesse on Nunu. Kinful Hatman's pushing forward now, going to do some counter jungling of his own as Udyr picks up the Void Grubs. Nunu's top side jungle was down, so here in the bot side jungle of Udyr and starts taking his camps. It's only fair. Udyr's been doing it to him as all game as well. As they push forward, get the blue buff, get this. It looks like they're going to 3-man tower dive this Varus as the Lulu comes in. Oh, Nami ult would have landed if Varus didn't flash that. Aphelios, the side of ECU, looks to get the first tower here. Cinder coming back to mid lane. It's his last turret plating. Aphelios with all the gold right now. Which is exactly what you want. Flash out of the Syndra onto the Anivia. Nunu is going to pick it up though. Oh no, the burn from the Syndra. Syndra with the Blackflower Torch burn. Pick the kill up. Udyr is just counter. What is this? For these wolves. ECU's none the wiser. But he just doesn't care. He has his own farm here. It was the only thing up on that side of the map, right? He doesn't have a blue buff. I can't really tell. Bot lane trading off onto the supports. Varus ult misses, but barrier. Aphelios falls. Nunu here to pick up the double, hopefully, with his ultimate right here. Boom, boom, bang. Nunu actually falls as well. Varus doing a lot of damage. Just going to run, try to not give the kill to Syndra. Gives it to Nami. That's some weird plays in the bot lane, but Varus starting to pick up damage as you've seen that health shred onto that Nunu. Renekton in total control in this top lane, however. We're teleporting out of the Anivia to bot lane to try to save the tower as Syndra's going to take this tower. Stun almost kills. Okay. 2 abilities take the Anivia to completely half health. Udyr starting the dragon. ECU knows about it, but their carry just died, and he's going to walk his way back. Well, he's right here. Nunu coming in with the snowball. Looks like they're going to opt to get the kill on Varus first, and then they'll just take the fight over. This North Dakota State secures the dragon. Cinder getting free farming this bot. Lulu looking to roam top lane as Ornn is almost dead. Renekton's gonna back or stay. I don't know. Ornn's backing. Renekton is best to push that wave into the tower. But backing off just that little bit caused North Dakota State to back off as well. But Udyr is here. Soak that wave. No bleeding. Cinder pushed this all the way up, forcing Anivia to respond. As we've transitioned from the early game to the mid game a little bit earlier, because there's still turret plates available for the taking. But both these bot lanes have transitioned to the mid, and the mids have went bot lane. These top lanes are still duking it out. 11 kills to 7. A 3k gold lead to the side of ECU in this game on their more familiar champions. Hopefully, they'll be able to translate this lead into a win. Nunu coming in hot in the mid lane with a snowball. There is no Cinder here. Just Nunu Nami onto a full wave. Freezing the wave for the Aphelios. Great team play. Nunu alt mid lane, lands on the Lulu, gets some damage off, but the bot lane wasn't ready to follow up, unfortunately. The Udyr collapsing onto the Nunu, but nothing will happen. ECU pinging this top lane. Udyr being annoying. Still looking to evade this jungle. Nunu and Udyr meet. Decide not to engage. Udyr looking to get a gank off on this crocodile. May not be the most successful decision. Udyr is still running around like a madman. Renekton flash all so he doesn't get collapsed on. Nunu started to fight Syndra here. Instantly, Udyr gets wiped off the map. Looking to follow up onto Ornn or anything that steps foot towards them. However, this Atacon doesn't spawn for 5 minutes, but Rifty, old Rift Herald's here is. Varus looking to take this mid lane to trade something out for this pressure top lane that ECU just showed. Anivia trying to get this bot tower as well. ECU going to collapse on this Varus. Varus got the tower but lost his life. Anivia looking to get this bot tower but does not have enough minions. I don't know if ECU responds. Looks like Cinder's going to try to respond to this bot lane, stop the bleeding, catch those minions. While Nunu secures this Rift Herald. Nami is here to help. Aphelios takes out the mid tower in response and does not die. Cinder down here to help defend. But Anivia did take a level lead. Fell down there alone. Did catch up on farm as well. Top lane still in an advantage, and now as this mid game goes on, Scorp Commander on Aphelios is starting to expand his lead even more. Renekton teleports bot, gives the top lane to Ornn as they just got the Rift Herald. They're pinging it. North Dakota State's pinging him off this pinging. Be careful. But he just runs in, clears vision as this dragon's about to spawn. Udyr's in position. The entire team of ECU is here. Anivia is teleporting bot lane. Ornn's teleporting in as well. Looks like this is going to be a 5v5 team fight for the third dragon. It's tied 1-1 dragons right here, folks. This is some exciting stuff. North Dakota State controls vision right now at this moment. Rift Herald spawned. That'll draw the attention of North Dakota State to Shelly as Nami runs it down the mid lane. Half health to tower instantly with the Void Grubs. A fight breaks out of mid lane onto the Renekton and the Udyr. Ornn ultimate misses. Lance hits the knockup on the 2 tanks of ECU. But ECU not moving, trying to shred this Ornn. Ornn's walking away. Anivia ultimate does some zoning. Renekton to half health but full rage. Renekton looking to re-engage. Anivia alt wall, but Cinder stun lands on 2. Flash forward from the Ornn onto the Aphelios. Ornn falls to Nathan Lewis on this Renekton. Flash forward from the Nunu ultimate will push them even further back. Renekton picking up pushing forward, picking up the stun on the Varus. Aphelios picking up the kill. Huge shields from this Lulu onto Udyr. Nami looking to push forward to get a knockup. Nunu and Renekton peeling back to do this dragon. Say, we got enough, we got some kills. Don't overstay and die yourselves. Udyr looking to re-engage, but Anivia walls him off. And he eats all the poke. Nami just missing the bubble. But they're just zoning North Dakota State away from this objective right now. A great 5v5 team fight for the side of ECU. 15-7 in the kills. 35k gold to 30k. 5k gold lead to the side of ECU. They're up 2-1 Dragons. The next big objective is Atacon in 1 minute. Pinging this midwave, pinging this Varus is ECU. Jesse, Tinfoil Hatman, says he wants Varus dead. And they've made Varus dead a lot in this game. There's not enough protection for Varus. Lulu can speed him up, can ult somebody, can ult the Varus, but that's just not enough to stop this Renekton, the Cinder Poke, and Aphelios from connecting. The 2-item Aphelios, 1-item Varus, and the Ginso's Rage Blade. Didn't even go Bork to cut their healing, but even though there's not a lot of health at the moment, there is a lot of protections to Nunu right now with this Warden Mill Triumph plated steel caps. He's a very tanky boy with the Frozen Heart completion. 6 stacks on his Dark Seal. Nunu with 11 assists in the game to match the Nami. But the Nami's 1-0-11 playing lights out as your hero. Even the Renekton to Nathan Lewis 3-0-2 facilitating that top lane. Ornn though making some impact, so he's only had 2 assists, but he's had 2 really great ultimates. They weren't able to get some kills. Engaging 1v2 is the Renekton, but the Goon Squad from ECU is here in response and cleans the Udyr off the map. And they will look to start this Atacon as it is a 5v4. Anivia is in the bot lane showing, so there can only be 3 members of North Dakota State here to try to stop ECU from taking this Atacon, which gives them permanent stats and a better chance to win the game. Atacon secured for ECU. They look to push this top lane and take this tower out. Nunu engaging with a snowball onto Ornn. Cinder stun. Nunu walks in, doing damage. Ornn with the ultimate response. Lulu ultimate on the Ornn. Double, triple knockup. Nami falls. Aphelios. Scorp Commander gets the kill onto the Ornn as they look to push forward. They did not get the tower, however. They were still fighting, going for kills, as Anivia has just been split pushing in the bot lane the whole time. Let's see if someone responds or ECU tries to push, but they need someone to respond, not give that tower for free. You don't want to give anyone 1,000 gold for free. You don't want to give Anivia that gold to try to help spark their build along faster. Looking into Cinder with Cosmic Drive, that is crazy. But maybe they feel like they want some move speed and some true damage. Some health, ability haste, movement speed. Very strong item. However, you don't see it built on mages a lot. It's typically like a Volibear item. Nunu meeting this Anivia. Cindric following it up with the stun. Anivia dies. Pushed over. Wasn't able to get the tower. You're not an AD champion. And unfortunately, you don't have a lot of damage to objectives like that. Nami and Nunu are chasing this Udyr down. Said, you like to run? Well, you're about to run from us all game. Nunu's stealing that Gromp away. It's hit in. Look, Dragon spawns in a minute and a half. The ECU here just going to ward, get some deep wards and clear out all the vision in the jungle. Nunu engaging onto this bot lane, Varus and Nunu, but finds the Varus. Nami ult finds the Varus. Varus flashes over the wall, misses the knockup. However, Nunu has perma stuns, perma slows, lands a stun. Nunu ultimate, but the Lulu ultimate onto the Varus knocks the Nunu up, cancels his ultimate. Aphelios here picking up a double kill. Nunu chasing forward onto the Lulu. However, Udyr was able to get the kill onto the Aphelios. That's not the most ideal situation. However, it's a 1 for 3. It's not the worst situation. It's not the ideal, but 1 for 3 is not the worst. They invest in running out the ADC, and the ADC kills 3 of them before he dies. You hope that your team can do enough to win the game and get something else on the map. Ornn doing a great job of farming and saving this tower, and Renekton probably back to buy. See how much gold he has. He wasn't able to back, it looks like, or he didn't. Your hero just fighting for vision, pushing forward. This Anivia here to try to stop him from doing it. They want this blue buff over to this Udyr. Udyr is a very mana-intensive jungle, as is Anivia. Dragon is spawning, but North Dakota State is going to opt. It looks like Anivia is just going to die again. Gets knocked up by the Nami bubble, stunned by Syndra into your egg formation. Only using auto attacks. Unfortunately, Nami picks up the kill. Not the most ideal situation. 4 versus 1. 1 Renekton versus 4 players of North Dakota State. The tower falls. Renekton ultimate almost gets a kill, but falls. At the same time, it's a 3-man push from ECU down this mid lane as Nunu solos the dragon. Great resource management. It's a great win. It's a great trade for ECU as they get the base middle tower, base and middle inhibitor, and their 3rd dragon. They give up 1 death and 1 first tower in top lane. And they set up a trap on this Udyr as he runs to his red buff, and Udyr will fall. They get Lulu ultimate as well. So that sets them up for the next team fight as well, as it's 25 minutes into the game, and Baron just spawned. ECU setting up their engagements, their picks, and playing their game, and totally facilitating this lead. As you can see, the gold lead at the top of the screen, this Baron falls, ECU is up 7k gold. The 4th dragon doesn't spawn for another 4 minutes. So just at 29 minutes, ECU has a chance to get Dragon Soul if they're not able to close the game out before then. This Nivea has done a good job farming as they are the highest level on their team and with the most farm, level 16. Looking at ECU, Syndra, however, is level 16 as well. Sacking just a little bit more farm for a lot more kills. Nami getting some poke off onto Ornn as Ornn waddles towards 2nd tower. He dashes away. Nami whiffs the ult. Flashes as the new snowball gets hit by everything from Syndra and another Nami bubble and dies. ECU pushing this tower hard. Renekton split pushing. Udyr shoving mid, not even helping his team. Looking to back now. Their main tank engage is dead for the side of North Dakota State. You can see on the map right down here, Udyr's just counter jungling at this moment. I think someone told you. I think someone needs to tell them you're supposed to be with your team right now. As Varus and Lulu will not defend because they have no one to stand in front of them because we picked the Ornn. Now we just take their entire base. I think it's smart from the back off and just wait. Can't end the game yet. Death timers aren't long enough. Death timers become long enough at the 30-minute mark. Death timers switch over to 40 seconds. They just get longer from there. which opens up the game for you to be ended easier. A better chance of winning then. Pinging the blue side, wanting this kill, wanting this last tower on the map. Top lane's completely pushed in. Renekton's going to keep mid push and look to roam over as ECU looks to siege this last tower. Anivia wall, Nami bubble misses. Nami bubble. Nunu going on the top side with the snowball. Finds Udyr. Renekton and Udyr, and that forces North Dakota State to back up completely. ECU sieges this tower. Looking to siege the last tower. Inhibitor combination here, but Udyr getting engaged upon. He's pretty tanky. But it's just a tank versus tank fight. Oh my goodness. That Syndra ultimate just deleting the Anivia off the mat. Instant into bird. In their egg form, Lulu falling to Syndra. Ornn flashing in, engaging, gets Nami knocked up. Nami bubble hits Ornn and Udyr, and they both fall. The Syndra just doing damage to the backline. Renekton in his ultimate form flashes in, almost kills the Anivia. For some reason, Varus flashed in to kill the Aphelios and falls. Syndra picks up a quadra kill amongst all that messiness. Quadra kill from the side of Syndra. Syndra looks to march this down and win the game to take the Nexus, tying this matchup 1-1. Anivia steps up. Anivia falls, flashes out, almost dies. They're pinging the Nexus, but they're backing away. Looks like they will not just end the game quite yet. That's why there's flash forward to kill the Aphelios. If Aphelios is alive there, ECU ends the game. So, Varus killed the ADC. ECU can't end. They're going to have one more shot at this dragon. ECU is going to try to get this dragon, get Dragon Soul, get those extra stats, and then be able to look at the next Baron that spawns in 2 minutes and end the game. If not beforehand, they can get a good pick. Nami charging forward, getting some deep vision and wards into this jungle before they start this dragon up. Maybe look for a pick. They're going to start the jungle. They have wards. They're happy. Pinging the wave. Nami's going to run over here and try to push the wave slowly. ECU picking up their Dragon Soul, and it is an Ocean Drake. That's a very good Drake to have. Elder Drag respawning in 5 minutes, although I don't think this game will last another 5 minutes. If it does, that's a great testament and will to the North Dakota State team to defend their base. It's completely wide open outside of this last tower and inhibitor. All right, Anivia wall's done. Syndra half. Oh my goodness. Lulu Ultimate's Anivia has no other option. Aphelios is half health. Note that down. Almost full build, no life still. 9, 4, and 11. Will not be able. Did that Varus get a Hex Tech? He did. Wow. I've never seen that built on Varus before, but I guess if you ultimate, looking to wipe the team, good luck. Udyr looking to be that front line. Nami ult in response. ECU gets the tower. Great zoning ult. Aphelios looking to do some damage. North Dakota State running back to their fountain to heal up before this final push from the side of ECU as they take down this inhibitor that just respawned. It's a 5v5 in the base of North Dakota State. ECU backing off, looking to opt in for that Baron as their siege is not the best. It is good, but it is not the best. Baron just, it makes your odds better. Gives you a better chance to end. Makes it a little bit easier. Why not go for the objective? Baron secured. Dragon Soul secured. North Dakota State honestly doing a great job of stalling this game, waiting for ECU to make a mistake where they might be able to claw their way back in. That's the only chance you have right now, being down 11k gold. But as people reach level 18 in full builds, you can't get any stronger. It's the strongest you're going to get. No one on their last item yet. So we looked 5v5 right now in the mid. Oh my goodness. Double kill over to Aphelios. Nathan Lewis picks up the kill as Ornn and Anivia waddle away. Renekton leading the charge into this base. As these waves clash into this double tower nexus, Anivia dies. Tower falls. Renekton dashes in, stuns the Ornn. Ornn dashes away. Stun from the Syndra. Ornn tanky as all get out. Will not die, but will not win. GG ECU. What an exciting match is that second game. You're going to the best of 3 now. Let's see who can win this. Next one. Syndra just doing the most damage. 44k damage. Holy wow. 20. Oh my goodness. More than 20k damage over everybody on the enemy team. This Syndra Aphelios combination just wrecking North Dakota State team. And then Renekton, Nunu, Nami supporting their teammates, their main damage dealer as well. Looking at the CS, we got 243 from Renekton, 248 on the Syndra, 297 on the Anivia. The Anivia was split pushing her brains out, trying to farm. But when it came to these 5v5 matchups, ECU's team just played way better together. I'm going to mute the game. I'll be right back, and then we'll look to get this third match started. Thank you for viewing. right, jumping back into the draft for game 3 to decide the winner of tonight's matchup. First couple quick bans. Ivor and Silas out of Bisons. Volley Annie out of ECU. I believe this is Fearless Draft. What we've seen played tonight is automatically thrown in to the ban list. Pulling it back. Yes, they are. They definitely are. Refusing to lose. Hog Mob Band. Ergot Band. See the first couple of picks. ECU with the first pick, which leaves North Dakota State with the last pick, giving them a little bit better. Blue side's got a little bit better of an advantage on the map, and red side's got an advantage when it comes to pick, because you get to counter pick with your last pick. That doesn't always exactly matter in competitive, because you might not be proficient on the champion that counters that other champion. But Axe locked in for Scorp Commander for ECU. I like that pick. It's been banned every time, and they pick it. First pick it. Now, Ash is susceptible to dive team comps. However, ECU is able to anti-dive and facilitate. They can do well. Bang, locked in for the Bisons. That's a strong anti-tank pick before they've even picked any tanks. Vane can be flexed top lane as well, although I'm not sure North Dakota State's wild enough to pick that. They will lock that Milio in. A strong pick, however, I'm not sure how well it plays with Vane. Although giving Vane some healing and a little bit of poke. Although Vane and Milio can be taken advantage of early game before they come online. I think that's a win con, is keeping this bot lane for North Dakota State down. Victor locked in for Eternal Frost. I'm enjoying the drafts, just the first 2 picks of these teams, thoroughly already. This blue pick is going to be either Zach locked in, which is one of those picks for ECU that can be flexed top or mid or jungle. Great team fighter. Aurora locked in. Can also flex top or mid. It has a little bit of health percentage damage. Excuse me. Great poke and great early game. Gives top the Thresh band. Taking that away from your hero, although I haven't really seen him play Thresh that much. Maybe that's just a scarred band. They're scared or scarred from the past. This Thresh ultimate is non-existent, to be honest. I'd like to see a Nautilus ban from ECU here, to be honest. As Ash does terribly in the Nautilus. Nautilus just gets to walk at the Ash if you've ever played that matchup. It's hideous. You will feel so bad in that lane. Desante banned away, though. Not wanting to face that as Ash, you know, if he could just ult into the back line and drive you. Braum taken away as well. Fiora. Something tells me this is like a Zac top lane. Do not want that true health damage out of the Fiora. But even if it could be Aurora top lane, which is going to do the same effect to Zac. Although I've seen Zac played by Nathan Lewis in the top lane versus Cal, and I've seen him do extremely well on it. I've seen Zac played in the jungle for ECU, and them do extremely well with it as well. Belveth locked in for the Bisons. A hypercarry jungle. You don't see that picked often. However, Belveth is a master. Nasty snowball machine went ahead. Just dashing everywhere with 1,000 attacks with her little wings. It's a monster from the void. So the Bisons opting not to pick any tanks so far, and they've picked anti-tank in the way of Vayne, Aurora, and Belveth. ECU locking in Recon to your hero to pair with that Ashe in the bot lane versus Vayne Milio. I expect the ECU Tigers to have complete priority in that bot lane. Very well picked. Very well counterplayed by the ECU Tigers. However, ECU has to pick right now, is this their jungle or their top lane, and they will most likely get counterpicked. They lock in Sejuani into the jungle, so that is a Zac top lane. Now, what does the Bisons, North Dakota State, what are you going to pick to try and counter this team for ECU? Because they've gotten a pretty well laid out draft. 3 tanks, 2 heavy late game damage dealers. Victor, who has CC, Ashe, who has CC Ultimate, CC Vision. They lock in Mordekaiser top lane into Zac. I believe could be Mordekaiser mid, could be Aurora top lane. Let's see how it goes. Unfolds. But I'll go ahead and just for the next few minutes as it waits to load in. Yes, our draft, our game. We'll start the game. And then I'll pan us back in 3 minutes. But while that happens, I'll go ahead and put us on this between games score display here. As you can see, it's tied up 1-1. Our game, let's get it going. If you're lurking in the chat, just type something, type anything, type a 1, type GG ECU, type let's go ECU, type something. Let's get it going. Anything. GG ECU. If you are, I found out that if you're lurking in the chat and you haven't ever typed anything, it won't count you as a viewer of the chat. because they consider that view botting. Like me, I used to have like 3, 4, 5 different chats up to support my friends and stuff. Right, and they would log me as a viewer, and I would just have them in the background. But now, recently, they've stopped that from happening. It's something to do with the view botters or something. People have 1,000 different accounts or something, and then just like log them into one. Boost viewership for people. It's a little awkward, you know. But it is what it is. And it is what it ain't. Make that bigger. All right, minute 33. Stop the music. Please don't stop the music. I'm gonna take it. Let's go. That is a cool emote, that little dancing T-Rex. That's pretty cool. All right, we're loading in. Ah, I'm stuck. Thing in this bot lane is ECU. Maybe they're gonna rush right here. Yeah. Look for a bot lane pickoff. Turn this music down here. It's a little loud. It's an ECU win, not Earth. I love the confidence. There are views or sometimes only for active views on this little guy that shows us. Yeah. Users and moderators and broadcasters, users in chat. I believe in an ECU win as well, as we're looking off little emote pinging from North Dakota State as they run away from this 5-man invade group of ECU. Belveth and Mordecai's are in the top side jungle. Ash running back down to the bottom. Make sure they don't invade. Belveth, you're in the wrong neighborhood, buddy. Dash is away. No follow-up as we are level 1. This is an exciting third game matchup. Never surrender, never give up, never die, never lose. That is the attitude that you have to have. Remain that mental to win these third games. As if you've ever played 3 straight games of ranked alone and you're not a degen, you're usually pretty tired if it's competitive. You start to lack a little bit. Your mechanics may not be the best that they were when you're fresh, but you're warmed up. It's kind of just a give and take as the night goes on. How do you play? How are you feeling? How's your mental going? ECU coming off that W in that second game, they probably have a little bit better of a morale. As Rakan goes in, misses, but gets the flash out of the vein at the level 1 start. As we push for level 2 here in this bot lane, Things are exciting. Victor takes over priority, lands his laser on the Aurora, poked out to half. Rakan going in, lands the knockup on the Vayne as they go for CS. Has to back away. Emilio looking to heal up, maybe possibly heal her up a little bit. Vayne pops the health pot. Ash doing all kinds of damage down here in this bot lane. I love this pick. My friends used to tell me, you're not allowed to play Ash because if you play Ash, no one gets to have fun. And I feel like when you play Ash, the only one that has fun while you're playing Ash is Ash. Excuse me, because you dictate that poke, you dictate that tempo. Once you get your ultimate, you can almost guarantee a kill with your team, cross map or anything like that. It's mad amounts of pressure. As this Zac backing off and healing a little bit, does have enough sustain to compete with this Mordekaiser. Pinging down in the bot lane is this Bel'Veth, trying to signal that they may want to gank. However, looking at the junglers right here, Bel'Veth on their grunt, Sejuani already cleared the jungle, coming down in this bot lane, is knowing that Bel'Veth is on the same clear speed. Bel'Veth hitting the vision, Sejuani sticking around though. As North Dakota State, Elf and Turbo Turtles here look to push back here as they've hit level 3. They're full on mana. Ooh, Victor getting some nice poke off under Aurora. Bel'Veth looking to opt to vision, possibly fight for this Scuttle Crab. Sejuani totally focused on the Bel'Veth. Bel'Veth smites the Scuttle Crab, but will lose his life, giving first blood over to Victor. Barrier, Vayne tumbling into the tower, picks up the kill, gets to tumble out of the tower and picks up the kill onto the Ash. Unfortunate play in the bot lane as Rakan was off getting vision. That's okay. That's okay. First blood went over to Victor. Victor has double buffs from killing that Bel'Veth. The most pressure in mid. Flash from the Sejuani into the tower dive. Gets the kill onto the low health Aurora. This bot lane looking to pressure Rakan. Rakan kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time. Rakan can't do anything without a carry there. Unfortunate. Zac getting away with just a sliver of health. Bel'Veth trying to get this double Scuttle Crab and more experience, but Sejuani was able to pick up a kill and an assist, netting them a net positive gold, even though they're down just a little bit in farm. This Bel'Veth looking to invade as Sejuani resets and will meet them. Missing the cudgel stun, slow. Sejuani, E-dash, hits the Bel'Veth. Bel'Veth waddling away. Constantly slow. Zac lands in, gets a kill on this Bel'Veth. First claims the first 3 kills. That feat of warfare goes over to the ECU Tigers. That's great map awareness out of Nathan Lewis on that Zac to roam down on that Bel'Veth who was trying to invade and doesn't get the camp and loses his life. Bel'Veth still level 4. Sejuani will hit level 5 first and be looking to pace and catch up, even though Bel'Veth was able to secure both of these Scuttle Crabs in the river. Emilio getting some vision down on the dragon as Ash has priority over this Vayne. This top lane, a little poked out. Zac level 6. Mordekaiser just hit level 6. It pans back to bottom lane as Sejuani moves into the jungle looking at Dragon. Vayne pushing forward to ward. Rakan just barely misses his W. The heal from Emilio goes out to Vayne a little early as she uses her condemn on Sejuani to knock them back, keep them from engaging and jumping on top of their head. It keeps going back top lane, but they're just going to duke it out. Zac's going to get some good poke off, but the real story is down here in the spot lane around this dragon right now. As Aurora's half health, moving to ward that. Sejuani gets ward, will look to farm their jungle, clears some vision out. Bel'Veth finally makes it over to this side of the map to clear their wolves. Aurora is just losing the lane to Victor again. Down 2 waves of farm already. Zac may die here to Mordekaiser. I'm not sure if he has his passive. Flashes away. Oh, has his passive. Mordekaiser's busy. ECU's taking Dragon. Victor looking to zone the Aurora away as his bot lane closes in and is distracted by wards. First Dragon of the match goes over to the side of ECU. Zoning, pushing, controlling the waves, giving themselves the space they need to take the objectives. Victor's laser just doing the most damage right now to Aurora. Flashes forward, gets the ult. Aurora flashes away. Victor lands the laser, gets the solo bolo in between tier 1 and T2. The confidence of Eternal Frost on this Victor right now is being unmatched by anyone else in the mid lane right now, or anyone else in the game to be able to pull that play off. That is confidence. Looks like Eternal Frost is warmed up and looking to carry this game. As you can see, the mid-jungle combination of Sejuani Victor up right now, trying to create a lead. They're up by just about a 1.5k gold. Those gold blades being in the jungle and mid combination. The mid laner is tied in, well, bot lane's tied in farm. As Bel'Veth is here for the gank. Won't get much out of it. Dragon's down. Sejuani doing the void grubs. Bel'Veth is opting for a kind of push the opposite side of the map of the Sejuani, as Bel'Veth is not strong enough right now, doesn't have boots or any kind of item completed. Sejuani with completed boots and a component for the Sunfire Aegis or the Sunsteel Heart, I believe, that Bambi Cinder. So Sejuani is in a very great place compared to that Bel'Veth, as he just soloed the Void Grubs and looks to push forward into this topside jungle of the Bel'Veth. When the Bel'Veth shows bottom, that lets Sejuani know they haven't farmed this jungle yet. They were just trying to get a cross-map play. Looking to collapse on this Bel'Veth is Zach, Sejuani, and Victor. The Sejuani ultimate lands on the Aurora, but it goes back down here to the bot lane as Rakan lands a W, knocks up the Milio. They're poking back and forth. Ash poke landing, letting them know you're not going to be able to push up on this tower without taking a lot of damage. Letting Ash farm safely with a lead. But they're actually tied because, you know, you can't really deny that much, but they are tied. Aurora half health. The Zac attack indeed, Chimera. Zac attack indeed. High octane gameplay. You've got to. This decides the victor of the match. It's the best of 3. It's the third game. This is when you got to lay it all on the table and try to get that victory, right? This Bel'Veth, this jungler for North Dakota State, sure likes to invade a whole lot. Sejuani cleared his top side. Will meet the Bel'Veth at the red buff. Victor's coming in as well. See what happens. Bel'Veth with his own blue buff. Sejuani flashes for that knockup, gets both of them, follows. Ash arrow missing slightly, but lands onto the Milio, stopping him from being able to save the Bel'Veth. Sejuani smoothly gets the solo bolo, ease out. Victor there to the ward and keep the Aurora from joining the fight. The bot lane tried to save him, but Bel'Veth is just trying to make something happen because they know they're behind and they got to try to get some farms somewhere and build a lead somewhere. But invading it's risky. It's risky. It pans away from the Zac ultimate on the Mordecai as someone just flashed in bot lane. Holy wow. Looks like that's the Rakan trying to get this Vayne, gets the ignite, Vayne down to half health. TP from the Aurora into the bot lane. Okay. Aurora ultimate gets the poke off, Ash down to half. Aurora dies to tinfoil hat man on this Sejuani, absolutely facilitating. Vayne flashes forward to try to catch the Ash and will not succeed. Pushing forward is this ECU to try to get some turret plating for this Ash. Try to get a solid reset. Break that free, so to speak. They will tower dive this Emilio. As Rakan gets the knock up and it, Sejuani gets the kill. This Mordekaiser doing a lot of damage to Zac, but Zac just sustaining and farming well under his tower. Well, I say well, he's quite behind this Mordekaiser. This Mordekaiser may be a problem late game. He shouldn't be able to kill the Zac in an ultimate. As you can see, the Zac is still able to duke it out and brawl it out. But I can tell you, if Mordekaiser ults the Sejuani or ults the Zac, he will not get a W. The only thing he will is keep those people out of the team fight momentarily. Mordekaiser will most definitely look to engage onto the Victor or the Ash. But with Zac, Sejuani, and Rakan in the way, he might find that difficult. Everybody on the side of ECU has their first item completed besides the Zac as he's pushing forward, collecting farm, getting ganked by the Bel'Veth. It will just W away safely. You pan back down here to the bot lane as Ash and Rakan are not doing too much pushing, just kind of slow pushing, zoning, farming safely, waiting for this bot lane of North Dakota State to mess up. ECU starting the second dragon, getting vision control while they can. The Rakan pushes into the tri-bush. Victor looking to collapse on this reward and not let her get any more gold than she can. Easily clearing the wave. Ash arrow just missing. Will just miss, but it's okay. ECU picks up the objective. That's a win. This Ash skin is actually pretty. It's like an Infernals. Pretty cool looking. Let me zoom back out. Pressuring the mid lane is Sejuani and Victor. Belveth looking to gank down the spot lane. After they take the objective, the Belveth just kind of look to clean up stuff. Sitting in this bush, going in, dashes. Dash flashes, lands the slow. Rakan goes in, lands the W on two members. They safely get back to their tower. That's textbook stuff to defend against the gank. Sedge for the free kills in the Dragon Pit. Yes, I know. Jesse is really putting... Tinfoil Hat Man Jesse on this Sejuani. He put on a clinic last night with it, and he's doing really well again right here. They ban the Ivern away from him, or they'll ban the Nunu away from him. And he always tries to come up with another pick that it can impact his team, as he is right here. Well, he's trying to invade, doesn't get the blue buff, almost solos the Belveth, but Belveth with the double dash, Belveth dies anyways, thanks to the help from Rakan supporting his jungler's invade. As Ash pushes forward on this tower and takes it very easily, because that's as Ash does with a Kraken Slayer and the built-in attack speed. Ever since they changed Q to be able to build stacks on Ash off of towers, Ash has been put back into a good spot in competitive play. Victor looking for more. Lands a cage, cheeky cage. Looks like we're making the swap here at the early game to mid game as Ash takes their first tower, then looks to rotate mid and to farm safely as they have a tower, but North Dakota State does not. Which that first mid tower falling opens up the map as you see Sejuani start to invade. I'd have to say, Nathan Lewis may be some sort of a masochist. Based upon the fact that he plays Zach and just gets beat on the whole entire game and just lives. Just takes the beating and keeps on living. Bring that great support, engage, PC style tank that this team of ECU needs. ECU groups around this Rift Herald, old Shelly here. Victor in the bot lane, TP down, Aurora TP's in. This is a numbers fight. And North Dakota State actually has the advantage on numbers. It's interesting to see here though, ECU has the lead, Aurora ultimate, looking to engage. ECU just retreats and walks away. Zach hovering on the flank. This time Victor will just keep pushing, collecting gold and possibly a tower. ECU in a position to actually giving this Rift Herald is not the end of the world, because now North Dakota State will have to try to use this Rift Herald in an advantageous position to take a tower. But Shelly will not be able to one-shot any of these towers. ECU rans that mid wave all the way to the tower to get a reset. In 1.5 minutes, this wave will reset right here. So ECU has some time now to roam, set up a gank here in the jungle. They take this top T2 tower, and the gold goes over to Ash. They're going to look to collapse. They're going to give this mid tower with the Rift Herald. It's not the end of the world. ECU know that with the numbers advantage, looking to collapse 4v3. Rakan scouting it out. Zach scouting it out. Zach engaging onto the Vayne. Belveth driving that Shelly in. Not the best decision, as Belveth will fall to the Victor. Great positioning from that Victor to pick up that kill. Rakan keeps pushing forward to find their members. Do not let them breathe. Do not let them farm. Try to push them off the map where you can continue to build your lead. ECU with a 4K gold lead, up 10 kills to 1. Absolutely dominating this mid game. I don't know. Y'all can tell me. Do we like the smooth lo-fi jazz in the background as I commentate? Or do we just want to listen to my redneck voice? I don't know. I kind of like the music. Looks like we're about to make a play down here in bot. Pinging this dragon is ECU. Expanding their lead, going for their third dragon. Rakan zoning, warding. Victor pushing this side wave, giving the vision along the lane. As Ash just absolutely shreds this dragon. Sejuani 702 with a 650 gold bounty. Victor 301. This mid jungle, all the kills, just facilitating this map and this win. Velveth coming down the jungle, picking up that scuttle crab. Mordecai's are here too. ECU pushing though, could get flanked. North Dakota State just kind of giving objectives. Not enough minions to actually take the tower, but the next wave comes in. Velveth, like I said, just kind of, this jungler should be with your team. I mean, you got to take the lead where you can, but you know, that's weird gameplay to me. Smart, but Sejuani engaging, gets the knockup on Emilio, flash from the recon, W, Bane flashes away. Flash out Emilio, teleport from Mordekaiser as North Dakota State looks to respawn. Aurora ultimate flash out of the Sejuani. Aurora W, or Aurora E lands onto Ash. Velveth half health, Vayne half health, Emilio half health, Mordekaiser half health. Everybody healthy on ECU except they're looking to back away and farm their own jungle as North Dakota State backs away as well. Zach just pushing that top lane. Giving that red buff over to Ash to make her autos hit a little bit harder. North Dakota State just picked up their blue buff as well. Hit this in button. See, the dragon spawns in 3 minutes. There's no real objectives on the map at this moment besides Atacon spawning in the next 15 seconds. Look for another huge team fight and some more permanent stats. Rakan pushing forward for Vision as he should. Leading the way as a support player at the objectives and the vision is what you want to do. Velveth bush camping, allowing this Vayne to farm mid lane and not get collapsed on because they do not know where. They don't know where ECU is, but ECU is in their jungle looking to make another backdoor play. Ash half-healing the Velveth. Bang, looking to go through the tower, looking greedy, trying to get the kill onto the Ash and falls. It's going to be a free dragon over to the side of ECU. The fire music fits my beard. That's a good possibility. That's good. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. ECU targeting this Atacon. Aurora looking to push here. May get a tower and some extra gold for herself and her team. 11-1. Still a 5K, now a 5K gold lead. Victor looks to push forward onto this Mordekaiser. Those lasers are hitting hard. Leandri's Rod of Ages on this Victor. Tons of health. Aurora got that tower, that's fine. ECU completely controls the bot side of this map. As you can see from the vision, North Dakota State has no shot, no opportunity. Zach looking to respond to this push from Aurora. Aurora's just going to back up. John, that's not the best place to back. Back it up just a little bit. There you go. Surely North Dakota State may look to run through their jungle with some sweepers now. Or just kind of posture up and try not to allow ECU to expand their lead into the jungle here. The Abyssal Mask on the Sejuani, I love to see that built. I like building that myself. You see that gives 12% more magic damage to both the Victor and the Zac. It's a great pick out of your jungle, playing for the team, even when you got the most kills and you're playing lights out. You still opt to build for your team optimally. I love to see that. Ooh. Rakan swiftly dashes away as he has wards everywhere. Mordekaiser finds this peak ward. They'll just let him have it. This dragon spawns in 30 seconds. We're going to get ready for the brawl. ECU with this next dragon will secure Dragon Soul. And North Dakota State doing their best to stall as they have a whole lot of damage on their team. They just have to be able to scale and get there. I can't tell you the win con for North Dakota State right now other than it's denying this fourth dragon from ECU and then possibly into an Elder Dragon. The only person on their team not to die and with the most farm is the Mordekaiser, but he hasn't been able to impact anything. Hasn't had any good alts. As North Dakota State engages onto the Victor. Ooh, Belveth dies as he chases. Mordekaiser in the backline as ECU pushes forward. Mordekaiser, not enough damage or enough levels to take the Victor out as swiftly as he was like. It doesn't take the Victor out, but ECU will collapse back down on him as they chased away and killed the entire team. That's an ace for ECU. A triple kill to Ash. I am going to back it up because I split the fight. Slow it down, back it up. Let's watch it. It's a 2v4. That huge knockup from Rakan, though. Or Zach, that's Zach. Okay, there's the death there. There's Aurora all. Ash right here, positioned properly in the bushes, just shooing the enemy team up. Or that's Vayne, I'm sorry. Was positioned properly. But the CC from ECU Tigers in the chase, just too much. That's a flash, but Ash picking up the kill. Vayne, 4 people on top of your head is not what you want. Double killing Ash right there. Victor falls. Mordekaiser was trying to push the Victor out of the fight. But the Ash has enough damage with Sejuani and Zach to just clean them up. Speed it back up. As they run over for that dragon here. Ace into Dragon Soul. Baron spawns in 1 minute. Belveth with just 1 item. As the Sejuani almost has 3 completed. 2 items onto the Aurora. Almost 3 completed for Victor. He gets himself a needlessly large rod. Kraken Slayer into PD on this Ash. Ash has the most efficient stats they can have right now. A 20 CS lead onto Vayne. Vayne with 1 item. Story of this game is gold. And ECU took all the gold on the map before North Dakota State had a chance, as they have a 6K gold lead. It's pretty intense. Roughly 15K gold, 1,500 gold advantage per player on the ECU. Ash picking up 3 kills in that last fight is now sitting at 4-1 and 6. Not even really utilizing or needing those huge Ash arrows. In this game, Sejuani facilitating well enough. With the engage from Rakan as well, ECU can do no wrong at this moment. Get back over here. What's it doing? Belveth on the flank. The cheeky little flank, but Belveth is only level 13. Zach is level 15. Victor is level 16. Belveth has been doing everything they can to try to get experience with the counter jungling, but it has not been successful this game. ECU targeting this Baron. Rakan spots the Belveth, will try to engage. Victor cage. And Sejuani even goes over the wall, picks up the kill onto the Belveth. Said this will not be a 50-50 smite fight. My team is getting the Baron for free. ECU posturing towards the mid lane or backing. Ash going to farm this top wave right here. Zach pushing this wave. Everybody else is opting to push mid. North Dakota State's pinging everywhere. Those are those wards. Aurora up here in the top lane. Will not be much defense into the Ash Rakan. Zach and Mordekaiser kind of at a stalemate. Victor pushing this mid. Asher Khan pushing into the Aurora. Wow. 1 W and 1 auto attack, and the Aurora is almost half health from this Ash. This Ash is hitting awfully hard. Getting the Void Grubs, you can see with this Baron, is great push potential. The Victor being walked down by the 3-man teammates of North Dakota State, but he is in a safe position. As they roam top to try to top the Ash Khan, to try to get a pick, but Ash Khan staying safe, taking the jungle away from Belveth. Sejuani looking for the cheeky invade. Belveth looking for farm. Can't find it. Zach pushing back over to this bot lane. Ash will get this tower right here. Aurora not hitting very hard at the moment with only 2 items. Oh, we found Belveth. Zach did. The Sejuani's here as well. Belveth will flash away. Ultimate out of Sejuani will fall. Zach picking up that kill. Giving 1 kill over to your top laner, or 2, I guess. It's not the worst. Not the end of the world. He's been a very good tank, very good anchor position for this team. Victor on his siege, doing very well with these baroned up minions. This tower is already at half. And that backlash from that Victor E does a lot of damage. Mid tower falls to Ash. As North Dakota State may look to engage for this inhibitor. Victor gets the tower over here as they push forward on this bot inhibitor. Victor positioned in the middle, drops the cage, enough for Warrant the Belveth away. Victor pushing forward, almost one-shots Emilio. Some Void Grubs getting in on the action. This is a baroned up team. They're pinging the 3rd inhibitor, 3rd tower. Victor just kind of farming all those minions to keep things pushed. ECU will take the entire base outside of the Nexus on this push. They're looking to 4-man engage onto the Victor. He ults away, gets the Aurora ult out of it. Almost solos the Aurora, but the Aurora flashes out. That is something. 4-man engage and lose the engage. Victor is quite the champion with 3 items built right here. Upgraded boots, 906 Sejuani, 315 Victor, 417 Ash. Perfect game from the Zach at 204. That is the entire base. The only thing remains is the Nexus Towers and Nexus. North Dakota State is going to have a hard time getting out of their base to try to get anything done at this moment, as they're just going to be fighting super minions the entire time. Belveth, though, will still try to find all the farm he can as he's level 14. This Elder Dragon spawns in 10 seconds, which gives an execute. And Sejuani ult lands, Ash ult lands, Belveth! Wrong place, wrong time. Dashes away, Emilio Hill lives for a really long time. Zach engages, Rakan engages, Emilio falls, double kill to the Zach. There goes the Zach flashing forward. Scorp Commander on this Ash picks up the next kill. They're not even going to opt for the Elder Dragon. They're just going to push forward with these 2 waves coming in from the bot lane and the mid lane and look to end the game as ECU Tigers, Aurora dies. This mob, this goon squad of ECU mowing everything down in their sight right now. The Ash doing the most damage. This Nexus falls. ECU, the victor. Second and third games of this best of 3 match. ECU takes the win, takes the lead, takes the victor in this national esports collegiate conference championship, or not a championship, but the game. ECU wins. Looking at the damage breakdowns here, you can see this Victor doubling the damage of the Aurora. Zach not doing quite as much damage to the Mordekaiser as Mordekaiser does to him, but he does not die. The Sejuani, an absolute facilitator on Tinfoil Hatman, 9-0-10, 14.6k gold. The Victor with the most gold, Ash the second most gold, The CS leads around the board. The Recon going 1-0-16 is phenomenal. You can't ask for anything better on a Recon to not die. Get that vision. It's good. Well played by ECU. Looking at the North Dakota State team, the damage is low, other than their top laner who's fighting a Zac the whole game. I don't want to speak illy of them, but the 09 on the Belveth with 4.5k damage is not the pick in competitive, especially, I guess it's just not the pick in competitive. It's really super high OELO play. The Aurora got countered by the Victor. It is a valiant effort. This bot lane of Vayne Milio was just unfortunately not able to come online. They did not get the rotations. They were not able to make the impact that they needed to make in order to win the game. GG ECU. GG ECU. No, I need to see that. After screen interview, I don't think I'll be interviewing the players, but GG, thanks for viewing. Thursday night in ECC competition, Esports League of Legends, East Central University. My name's Dustin. I'm your spectator, commentator, your broadcaster for ECU and their League of Legends games. GG ECU. It was a tough fought matchup. They lost the first one, then came back solid, won the second one, and then the third game even more defined. They executed even more properly in the third game. So they got better as the matches went on, which is great to see. Just improving. And this is just a good game. Just great. Thanks for viewing. I'll be back here next week. I believe it's Wednesdays and Thursdays. Catch you later.